Hello, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name is Annie. We're going to do a tarot spread for you fire signs today. This is not date specific. If you happen upon this reading, there might just be something in it for you. Please come into the reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to maybe learn something or better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate for you, simply push them aside. You may want to revisit it at another day. Or if it doesn't resonate, drop it like it's hot. Assume it's going out to someone else, okay? You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. That's my spiel. Let's have some fun. We're going to read for both tarot. Mercury isn't in retrograde yet, but I'm tripping over my words. We are going to read for love and relationships, as well as money, career, finances, things of that sort, whatever wants to come through for my fire signs, okay? Here we go. Ooh, all right. Six of Wands. Celebrating big news with someone in your life. So potentially for those who are established in a relationship, you might be bringing it to the next level and making some sort of formal announcement. Maybe you're exclusive, maybe you're updating your status to in a relationship, like on, the interwebs. Some of you may be getting engaged. Some of you may be celebrating big news in terms of an addition to your family or moving in together. There's some sort of like big status change in relationship. For those who are at least sort of in the midst of like flirtation, if not something more, going from Page of Wands, like there's already some sort of heat, some sort of connection, some sort of flirtation established. But this feels really good. With the Six of Wands to the Six of Swords, you're going places. You may be traveling with this person. You may be traveling specifically with some sort of like mission in mind. I don't know if for some of you, I'm getting like very specific messages of like looking to establish the roots or the ground foundation of like a business, and you might be establishing it in, I don't know, local cities or faraway places, whatever. Some of you, it's like, yeah, you're on a mission and you're building something with your partner. You can choose to view this through the lens of romance or a business partner too. I just want to put that out there. And then Page of Cups, it's like, yeah, it's sweet. It's fun. You have 2 pages and 2 sixes. So fire signs, this feels really fantastic. The Page of Cups to me can be kind of like a little bit shy, a little bit naive, even like a little bit awkward. But the Page of Wands has a little bit more zest, a little bit more fire, a little bit more confidence. So there's kind of a nice balance. So it's possible if this is representing my fire signs, you might be getting into some sort of cozy relationship or fortuitous circumstance with a water sign, but it certainly doesn't have to be that way. But that's sort of what's showing up first and foremost. Yeah, for some of you, there's like a business venture you're getting into. And I will say, like, the money comes, but it's slow to start. But don't lose faith, because I feel like this is a very solid, very good opportunity. And the thing is, for those who this message is for, you already know it. It's not necessarily that you're doubting, like, should I or shouldn't I? Like, the signs are there. It already feels good. But there might be, like, I don't know, with the Page of Cups, it's a little bit slow to start, though. So just be patient. I'm sort of getting like the idea of like be kind to the process. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, tell me a little bit more. Some of you might be interested in a fellow fire sign as well. A fire sign who's sexy and mysterious. Someone who maybe has some Scorpio in their chart too as well. Yeah, I see a travel opportunity in a very solid standing relationship in your life already. 5 of Swords. All right, let's see. What is this 5 of Swords about? The biggest mistake you can make in this relationship is looking to the past for confirmation of what's going to happen to the future. So I'm going to reverse engineer that sentence and basically say, leave the past in the past. Because, I don't know, there could be some sort of situation where you get triggered or you get some sort of memory of something that happened in the past. And sort of the way the snake is sort of twirled all around this sword here, it like starts to play with your mind. It starts to confuse you a little bit. I'm hearing old habits die hard. So I think you're already aware maybe of some sort of pattern or I'll say circumstance in your past, in your dating life. And I think the universe is saying, like, try not to do that. Like, you're aware of it, but just because it happened once doesn't mean it's going to keep happening or happening again. But ultimately, fire signs, you hold the power there. It's up to you. You know, you're the decision maker. So it's funny that card keeps like flip-flopping. I feel like that in itself is symbolic. I keep trying to push this one up and see how this one's like. I feel like a DJ. Wicka, wicka, wicka. I'm just kidding. I'm a nerd. Anyway. Yeah, something about flip-flopping back and forth. This seems like a really beautiful opportunity, so don't self-sabotage. I'm going to say that. All right. The Four of Wands. Hell yeah. Again, major milestones. This card says creativity, union, and freedom. So it's good. This is a solid relationship that allows you your space and your ability to thrive independently. But it feels like when you guys come together, it's very strong. It's very sweet. I think there's mutual affection and admiration for each other. Should we do an oracle card? Let's do, gosh, decisions. Let's do an animal card. We'll do an animal card for each person involved here. Shed some light, some more specifics for my fire signs. What can I put on this Page of Wands? For Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, let's do a couple animal cards. Ooh, the cosmic egg. You guys, stop it. Look at those images, right? What are the chances of those two happening next to each other? The snake wrapped around something. Don't get freaked out by the snake. This is actually like a very like magical card of the bunch. We'll read about it in a second, but that's just crazy. Like the double imagery there. Twin flame type energy or something like that. And something very protective. Something that is worthwhile for you to hold on to and nurture it and give life to this. See it through. And then you have the crocodile. All right, interesting. And the starfish. All right, so let's read a couple of these. See what's up for romance. The cosmic egg. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. Sorry. The cosmic egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veil of our self-limiting beliefs is lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we never, quote-unquote, get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potential energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It is through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. I also feel like egg for some of you is symbolic of the idea of rebirth. It's so funny. I keep looking at this and I'm hearing words like advertisement and like rebranding. That's totally not where I was going with this, but some of you like needed to hear that, so I said it. But yeah, the idea of rebirth and also just like birth announcements. Like there could be a new baby, or there could be some sort of major milestone where it feels like the birth of something new is coming in your life. And then let's do crocodile. So this may be more about your person, but feel free to swap the roles if you like. There's starfish. I feel like I meant to read that, but where's my crocodile? Dolphin, swan, shark, oyster, beaver, octopus, fish. There it is. Crocodile. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, actions, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. When in balance, this card represents being wise, patient, and a silent powerhouse. I love that. That feels very scorpionic to me, for some of you anyway. And then when out of balance, this card can feel stuck or lashes out. To bring it into balance, make sure you rest and do the, I'm going to botch this, Makarasana pose, which I assume has something to do with yoga. I'm not an expert on that. Yeah, it feels like maybe your person is more of like the strong silent type, lying in wait. You may end up being the one to kind of make the first move, or to encourage them to sort of make the announcement or go on the trip, go on the journey. That's just sort of what I get there. But the starfish, to me, I'm not going to read it from the book. I'm just going to go intuitively. It feels kind of like it was destiny, like it's written in the stars. There is a lot of kind of watery energy to this too. So again, some water sign energy. Maybe my fire signs out there have like a water moon or a water rising. But that's saying honor and tap into your emotions, right? The water energy is sort of what guides us intuitively. So let's see, what else? Love oracle cards. What can we tell our fire signs? I keep getting the same message, the idea of like the snake wrapped around something. It's something of value that you want to be protective of. So maybe for some of you, this is kind of entering a new stage in a relationship where you don't feel like you have to blast everything you're doing on social media, because there's a certain amount of peace of mind that comes with the privacy, and almost like a higher form of respect in this relationship and for your person, because it's not just this like, reason to post everything on social media. And I'm not like hating on that. I'm not judging those who do, but for something, I don't know, something with this message to me, it's a little bit more protective now. You don't necessarily want to be in the spotlight, even though you most clearly are with the Six of Wands, but that may have been sort of a chapter or a season in your relationship. And it's interesting, quite literally, you're going from this bright light to kind of this darkness. It's not dark in a bad way. It's just things are being done sort of behind the scenes. You're not ready to come forward with this information, or I mean, if you already have, because that has been one of the messages, you're kind of entering into this new phase and approaching it differently. But yeah, I maintain though, it feels sweet. I just love this Page of Cups. It kind of reminds me of Baywatch. I think it's the red bathing suit, but I don't know. Maybe your person's a swimmer or a surfer or something like that. Again, water energy. Let's see, seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, or possibly third-party interference. Tell me a little bit more. I think this is saying there's eyes on you. I don't necessarily take it as third-party interference, as in like, someone trying to steal your person. I honestly don't get that. I think because something about this relationship has been so public or will be public, when the two of you, and I do mean two, kind of withdraw a little bit and decide to be more private and, keep things maybe just between the two of you, it's like your quote unquote audience, or the people that used to follow you or kind of peep into your life. It could even be like nosy in-laws or a nosy mother or something like that. There starts to be suspicion of like, well, why have they pulled back? Why are they not communicating the way they used to? I would say don't worry about that. It's not really your problem. And I don't see this person as posing any sort of like threat to the relationship. It just sort of seems like there's been a change and people are kind of noticing, but it's kind of like mystery and intrigue. Again, very like Scorpio energy here. So if you don't relate to the idea of Scorpio energy, it's not in anybody's chart, it may not be a timestamp for some of you, Scorpio season, which, let's see, I just put myself on the spot here. That's like end of October, early-ish to mid-November. So something about Scorpio season might be relatively significant to some of you. That could even be a due date of something, and that could be like a project deadline, but it could also be like a baby due date, or when you decide to, I don't know, sleep together for the first time. I don't know, something about Scorpio season. And Scorpio is the sign most associated with sex, right? Let's just put it out there. All right, and then this card says passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun, and then this one's popping up. Not today. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, this is about respecting, I said it earlier in a more eloquent way. Not haters gonna hate, because that sounds like malicious, like you have people, wishing you bad. It's not that. It's allowing yourself to disconnect or distance yourself from relationships that aren't necessarily feeding your happiness, or again, kind of like nosy people who are trying to butt in and just find out things about you or your relationship. Again, there's no threat here. I don't sense that, but it's just kind of like, I don't want to deal with that anymore. Like, we're doing us and we're happy. So it's like, it's like cutting the strings for some of you. And for some of you, it might be a little bit more severe. I'm not saying you stop talking to certain people, but yeah, for some of you, it feels like a much needed break from like, I'm going to say the public or the audience or whatever this is. It's about enjoying alone time. I mean, it's kind of like the definition of a honeymoon, right? Disconnecting from the rest so you can focus on you guys and your relationship. That seems really beautiful. I love it. All right, let's do one more for my fire signs that maybe didn't relate to that. Let's see. We'll do this one. I never use this deck, but we'll give it a try. All right, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Whoa, hello. Knight of Cups, come hither. This deck is insane, right? All right, so you have the Three of Cups. Some sort of reconnection. It doesn't necessarily have to be with an old flame, but for a lot of you, it does feel like it. Yeah, Three of Cups is usually celebrations, reunions, getting together. And then you have the Death card, which is very intimidating right in the middle here. It could be Scorpio again. And even with Judgment, yeah, you have a lot of like Pluto, Mars, Scorpio energy here. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, I know this isn't what all of you want to hear, but for those who do, this feels like something that comes back around again. Venus is in retrograde, right? Venus is the planet that rules love and relationships. So it's very possible that some of you may be getting into a relationship with someone who is no stranger to you in the bedroom. I'll put it that way. And certainly you have choice, right? You have authority of your own life, so you don't ever have to take anyone back from your past. But those who are interested, I definitely see that potential there. I want to pull a few more. Tell me a little bit more about this for those who need confirmation. For some of you, this person may already have a child from a previous marriage. It doesn't have to be that, but for some of you, that's coming through. Some of you feel like the universe is wanting you to give this person a second chance. It's kind of a convoluted message, or maybe not convoluted, but complicated in what's being relayed to me. It's almost like this person has made themselves known and available that they're interested again. And for some of you, it's like you're not necessarily in the same headspace, but you feel like the universe has brought them back to you for a reason. So it feels a little bit more like divinely guided or sort of like this soulmate connection, but it seems to be my fire signs who have a little bit more reservation about it. So take that if it suits you. Tell me a little bit more. Who's coming in here? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so someone who maybe had a couple options in the past and has decided on coming forward to you, fire sign. It's possible. Or if it's not that, because I'm not necessarily getting negative energy in terms of like, oh, they were juggling you with someone else. That's not really this Two of Pentacles. It could be that they had challenging priorities at the time and weren't able to invest enough of their time in a relationship, and therefore that's kind of like that Two of Pentacles, like juggling. So it could be that this person has accomplished something in their personal life that has freed up some more time and they're ready to come in and actually start dating now. That seems super cool. I like that. And then the Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like they had to wait a little while to like get their shit together. Pardon the expression. And I'm not at all downing this person or saying that they're like a mess up or whatever. A F up is what I was going to say. But if the timing wasn't right before, and that's sort of why for a lot of you fire signs, your intuition of I don't know, like, you know, we tried it once and it didn't work, but they're coming back and it feels like the universe is wanting me to like see if there's any potential there. I think for a lot of you, you're right. You're going to have to trust your gut and your intuition, right? You know what red flags to look out for, right? You've experienced what you have for a reason, but let's see. Is this person coming in with good intentions? I mean, I think they're certainly attracted to you. I can say that for sure. Yeah, the King of Wands. Heck yeah. I mean, that's a very strong card. It's a strong suitor. It seems like this person may have made big strides in their career as well. So they're in a better place, not just financially, but how they feel about themselves. Like they feel like they have a strong purpose, like they, you know, have a meaningful life. They contribute to the world in some way. And that helped them sort of like discover their own self-worth and self-love. So they're coming in as a changed person. I do really, really like this. I have to say. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. So yeah, it may take some time to sort of thaw out in terms of like getting to know them again. Well, I actually don't think that's true. I think you're anticipating this like kind of awkward, distant coldness, but for a lot of you, you get together and the magic's there. Like Judgment, it's like you reconnect and there's this like new awakening of the passion that you guys used to have, or the passion that it was like almost there, but sort of was like a swing and a miss. That seems to have, I'm going to use the word transformed, another good Scorpio word, transformed in a very like pleasantly surprising way. All right, let's see. Do I need to put anything else on this? We'll do one of these and then we'll talk about money and career after this. Can my spirit guides help me with any more information on this little passionate romance? Whatever this is. Oop, that came flying out. Let's see. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. And then this is kind of showing, but it didn't come out. It says, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And then this says, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. These messages are probably tied into each other because for some of you, maybe you're holding on to an ex and that's a whole other like subplot or sideline story, right? That's possible. For others of you, it's almost like you need to release the idea of what this used to be or who this person used to be because they're coming in as a changed person or they're coming in with sort of a new storyline, a new narrative that they sort of want to link up with yours and see what's good, right? See what's up. But part of me wants to use the word like forgiveness or release, right? Not holding them to the same expectations as you used to, or I don't know, just again, open-mindedness, accepting them for who they are at this point in their life now and not holding on to any grudges or resentment or baggage. Again, very Pluto energy, very like kind of bringing up things from the past and using them as a power play. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, right? We want good, clean energy or dirty as the case may be. That's what you get when you use the tarot of sexual magic. All right, fire signs, let's talk about your career and money. We're going to use Edgar Allan Poe tarot because I've had it for quite some time and I don't use it enough and I'm just very intrigued by it. So again, shout out to the Scorpio. Scorpio is all over your reading. So any of my fire signs who are like feeling it with a Scorpio, I'd say it's looking good for a lot of you. It's looking good. I feel like I'm picking up on energy of people rolling their eyes like, oh my God, I'm never going to date a Scorpio again. Don't say that. There are lots of lovely Scorpios out there. All right, here we go. Money, career, and finances. The Five of Cups. Not a great way to start, but we're not going to stop there. I'm going to help you through this. Why Five of Cups? What's going on in money and career? Some of you feel like you missed out on an opportunity. Like you wanted to go for something, but the timing wasn't right. This sounds just like your career, your relationship reading, but we're going to make it about career and money. So, but you can view it however you want. What's the deal with that, though? This is a very interesting Five of Cups because it's the reverse. So instead of focusing on what's lost, you are focusing on what you still have, but you want more. I mean, that's very evident. Yeah, I'm getting this thing about commitment, this fear of commitment, because it's going to be a really long and drawn out process. And so you seem sort of stuck on what move to make. How can I guide my fire signs here? The Three of Wands. Yeah, I don't know. For some of you intuitively know it's just not the right time, but you're wanting to get in on something, or you're wanting to submit the application or jump into the project. Again, I'm not exactly sure what the context of this is, but reading the tarot cards, it's like, yeah, it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Your advice or guidance, I think, is Three of Wands, which is typically wait. Your ships are coming in. So it could be that something more in alignment with what you need or what you desire is coming in. I think some of you are tempted to jump at the first thing that crosses your path because you feel as though you missed out on an opportunity once and you don't want it to happen again. But I'm going to say what I always say, which is whatever is meant to be yours, you're not going to miss it. You don't have to fret about it and worry about it. It doesn't mean that you've been forgotten or the universe isn't listening. It's just, it has to do with divine timing. So you have to put trust in the universe and also trust in yourself, that the universe communicates with you through those gut instincts and impulses and intuitions, right? So the fact that you're kind of like, oh gosh, like here's something that I probably should go for, but I can't afford to right now, or I can't move to that city, or I'm taking care of an ill parent, or whatever is stopping you, there's a reason why. And so you have to honor that reason. So I think something better is going to come along. And when the timing is right, there will be more of a sense of, I'm hearing the word absolute. There'll be this absolute certainty of it is the time, or you know what, I can shift a few things around to take advantage of this, and there's more ease to it. It's not going to be such a struggle or a challenge. Same thing I say in like relationship spreads, right? It's like, don't settle for low-hanging fruit, right? Just because it's there and it's easy doesn't mean it's delicious. That's what I think is going on here. There's the temptation to go for something, but you're not in a good spot to do it yet. So hold on tight, fire signs. Hang out. Yeah, there's the Queen of Wands. There's also something about this that you're a little bit blind to, or you're not really seeing the reality. I don't do fear-based readings. So for some of you, maybe you did take a leap of faith and you went for this and now you're kind of like, oh, it wasn't the right timing. I feel like for some of you, there's a message here of like you didn't completely... Well, I would advise you to read the contract or read the fine detail if that applies. Even for some of you, it has to do with buying a new home or renting an apartment. Read the fine print for some of you. Because, yeah, there's something that you didn't initially consider, something, I mean, just hearing like you're blind to it, like you overlooked it. And it's sort of a source of, I don't want to say pain or agony, that's too harsh a word, but annoyance. It's a source of frustration. So, watch that impulsivity to just, take it because you want change instantly versus, maybe waiting a little longer when something better comes along. Temperance, there you go. Balance, all in good time. Yeah, when the right opportunity comes, you're going to ease right into it. There won't be this weird debate or struggle because for some of you can't picture it because you're like, it's never going to be a good time. But what I'm sort of getting here is that your life circumstance is going to change a little bit so that you're better able to receive that opportunity when it does come into your network, there's a better word for that. I don't know. Judgment, yeah. You're never going to miss out on what is meant to be yours. Things will come around again, but I'm still being redirected to say this whole like Venus retrograde too. Money is kind of in a weird spot for a lot of people right now, so it would be better to hold off and wait for something that is like the big ticket item, or however you want to say it, the thing that makes you light up. You're going to know when it's right, and so if you're having doubt, it means it's probably not the right time. All right, let's do another one. Some of you are like, when is the right time though? When will I know? You'll know. Don't worry about it. Tarot really doesn't do timelines. I don't say that as a cop-out. I'm just being honest. I usually don't give timelines because I just don't think they're usually precise or accurate. Because so much can change, but that's just me. Anyway. All right. What about money? Anything else for work, career, finances for my beautiful fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like I may as well just include Scorpio in the bunch because it's coming through so strong in this reading. All right. You're waiting on an offer, but they've gone silent. Why? What is the silence? I feel like some of you have put out a resume or you've gone on an interview, maybe a couple rounds of interviews. You really did dress to impress. The universe is like, damn, you looked good. Or if it wasn't like a physical in-person thing, it was like, man, that resume really did shine. I don't know why I'm being told to say that, but. So now you're waiting on word back. What's the deal with that? We are going to talk about money if it goes in that direction, I hope. Let's see. 6 of Swords. The person looking to hire may be worried about travel or commute. Or the place of business might be moving locations, and so there's delays because of that. So for those who relate to this message, how's it looking? Are they going to hear back, or what am I allowed to tell them? I mean, the Chariot's a card of victory. I would prepare yourself for a long commute or like something, or part of the job may involve travel. So if you originally sort of indicated that you weren't open to that, like going on business trips or whatever, going on the road, this person or the entity hiring, the boss, the job, whatever, the business, they might be looking specifically for someone who's open to travel. So just keep that in mind. So for those of you who are applying to something within the travel industry, I mean, that looks sick. That looks awesome. Some of you, I'm getting this super randomly, need to check like your tire pressure because you're going to get like a flat tire on your first day or something, which can be avoided, right? But like, I don't know, for some reason I'm getting like, take a look at your car and repair that thing that needs to get repaired so it doesn't mess up or interfere with you moving forward. It could even be in a job interview. It's like you're running late because of car issues. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. Yeah, so there's definitely a period of wait from hearing from them. But I'm sort of getting the idea of like power of positivity, like act as if you've already gotten the job just to put your mind and your body at ease to be like, yep, it's all working out in my benefit and my favor, because ultimately it is, right? Whether you get it or not, you know? See, I don't like the Five of Pentacles though. What's with that? It could be the money isn't as good as you thought. It has to do with issues related to money because of this travel factor, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Some of you may end up having to put a lot of money into your car or mode of transportation. I would say somewhat unexpectedly, like you kind of sort of know, but it could be a lot more expensive than you think. Or again, some of you are kind of, you are taken back by, that's not the word, you are disappointed with this opportunity because of the money that would have to go into the travel of it, or I don't know, something about sacrifices you would have to make. Some of you just don't want to be on the road like alone. I think that it like wouldn't suit some of you. Or again, like it might be a fantastic opportunity, it checks all the boxes, but for some of you the money just isn't there. Like it would be taking like a deduction in pay. I don't love that. So what is the best advice or guidance then here? The Star. Really think about what you truly want in the long term, especially with the Page of Cups. Some of you might get this offer. I still maintain it's going to be, with the High Priestess and the Three of Wands, there's definitely a waiting period of silence. For most of you, though, you seem confident. You are moving forward with something, but you may choose to not take it. Page of Cups to me is typically a small offer, and that would be either because, I know this sounds weird, but honestly, like the loneliness factor, like for a lot of my fire signs, it's like you would have to do it alone or be on the road alone or be like, you know, the main salesman, but without the counterpart. I don't know if that's a deal breaker for all of you, but for some of you, it has to do with that. Others of you, it has to do with like the money just isn't good. So even though the opportunity might excite you, like you're excited to be very mobile or work from home or make your own schedule or whatever. Yeah, for some of you, it's like, yeah, but the money just isn't there. So, okay, for those who relate to that, will the money improve over time? I'll ask that, but I also think the universe is saying, think long term. Don't take this job just as a band-aid because you're unhappy where you are now. Because I don't know, my gut reaction is this wouldn't be a long-term solution. This may be you just hopping to a different job for, you know, a change of pace. You know, maybe you don't like your boss, you want to work with new people. You know, you can totally do that. But in terms of like long term, will the money situation improve here for my fire signs who are interested in this? May I ask? Will it improve here? They're not coming out. Can I inquire, what will the money situation look like in 6 months from now? Will it be better? Will money change? Money. What would money look like? Strength. Okay, so I mean, it would get better, but I feel like it would be tight. Your means of living would be tight and maybe a little bit of a struggle. And I guess with strength, it's like you would have to nurture this to become something bigger. There's an interesting polarity here of like Leo and Aquarius vibes. I do sense that something about this is far more independent work. And for some of you, that's exciting, but you're going to have to build your business, right? Because maybe it's sort of entrepreneurial, or maybe it's very, commission based. So you control the money, but with that, it's like you have to build a following to feel that money coming in. So I don't want to use the word struggle because I think that's a poor representation of it. But I will say this, you're going to be very busy. And money will come slowly. So if you're patient and willing to work with it, absolutely go for it. For others of you, there's that polarity of like, it's all on you. And I think in time, I don't know why this is being so underscored, but the idea of being lonesome or alone or missing that team dynamic or missing that group dynamic, for a lot of you, there's going to be a different group that sort of comes into your orbit that I think you would desire much more. Some of you, it's in a healing type field, something to do with healing. It could be medical, it could be more spiritual. Anything else I can find out about this? Something with the color red. Red is in the logo or the marketing plan. Something about red is important. That's a sign of something to go towards. Interesting. Another page. So neither opportunity, because I'm reading for a couple scenarios, there's something that I think is more in alignment with your long-term goals. But even then, I'm not blown away by the price, not the price tag, but the, I keep hearing the wrong words, commission, how much you pay, how much you make at this job. There's not a huge difference initially, but I think that's important to note that like our dream scenario, our 10 of cups, our 10 of pentacles, whatever it is we hope to aspire to be or become, right? It doesn't come in as the 10. It starts as like an ace. It's something we have to build over time. My gut reaction is this first one where it's taking a long time to hear back from them anyway. I would use that time wisely and apply to something else because there's something else that feels more right to me. The 5 of Pentacles is not a card I ever really want to go towards, but it does come up for a reason, right? There's some lesson for us to learn there, especially about our own value, how much we value ourselves, and honestly, how much we charge for our services. I think that's, especially this is entrepreneurial, you may sort of get suckered into being lowballed or having to price down your stuff just so you can kind of make your name known. But I don't know, it's like the work you're putting in doesn't match the output of what you're making. And I think that could be an exercise in frustration. Yeah, absolutely. This one is way better. There's your King of Wands again. I think you have a better boss and you're working with groups of people who are more like-minded. And honestly, like the ability to network with Aquarian energy, that's very, very group associated, groups of people, networks, things online, social groups. You would be able to network and get ahead faster at this job. I'm not saying instantly because you still have page energy here, but there's so much more potential here. I like this one much, much better. All right, and last but not least, we're going to end with an oracle card. I hope that was helpful. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you can. That helps my channel. We're going to end with one of these fairy oracle cards. I don't know why, I just felt like it. I haven't used this deck a lot either. I'm busting out all the old favorites. For my fire signs, what is a good oracle card to end on? Let's see. The Bodacious Bodak. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see. 59. Let's see. 5 and 9 is 14. That makes me think of Temperance or Sagittarius. 59. The Bodacious Bodak. Meddling, tampering, sabotage, helpful fixing, and order. The Bodak, or old man in Scott Gaelic, means well. He likes to fix things. He drops down chimneys at night and tidies up for you. If you don't have a chimney, he'll find another way in. You left a stack of papers on your desk, he'll file them for you, probably in someone else's desk. No one put away the uneaten roast beef, he'll assume you don't want it and he'll give it to the neighbor's dog. He is not the fairy who ties elf locks in your hair and makes bits of it stand out in odd directions while you sleep. That is just a cousin of his. He has far more important work to do. The Bodak is a meddler. He will tell you, if you catch him, that he means well. It's just that things never turn out quite as he expects them to. He feels that you should be grateful for his so-called help, even while you clean your metaphorical eggs off the metaphorical wall. And he is amazed when you are not. Although his feelings are easily hurt by your lack of appreciation, he is persistent. He will just redouble his efforts to be helpful. The only way to discourage him is to tidy up your own loose ends and clutter. I'm sure you know people like the Bodak. They helpfully answer your phones and take down the wrong messages. Then they lose it and give you a garbled version. Worse yet, they give other people messages from you that are not exactly or even nearly what you said. On the rare occasion that they do pass something on accurately, it is either something you never meant to pass on or it is said specifically to the wrong person. The Bodak also likes gossip. So, I mean, I feel like this is sort of that metaphor of like it's a hassle, especially in regards to work. It might just also be an unrelated message of sort of watching who you allow in your network of people, right? You don't have to share your whole story. But yeah, there's a little bit of trickster energy here too. So again, if you're trying to get a new job or work on a new project, enter in a new relationship, so quote unquote, read the fine print, make sure you're not being taken. If something seems too good to be true, it might be, especially with this energy coming through. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for joining me today for my tarot reading. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon for more tarot. Bye.